If this is your first time seeing our channel, my wife and my dad and I have taken the last year to build our house. It's been an unbelievable ride, and glad you can be a part of it. Stick around. This episode we dig our storm basin, propane tank, and finally hang drywall. Let's build a house. One of the most interesting parts of building our house is defining our priorities. The initial priorities of building a house are obvious. We needed to build a foundation, get under a roof, and get the house dry. Now that our initial priorities are complete, we're at a point where we can plug and play the tasks we need to complete based off a never-ending list of variables. You have to calculate your subcontractor's availability, the weather, what's the best use of your time now, when to order materials, the list goes on. In my opinion, figuring out how to put this puzzle together has been just as rewarding as seeing the house come to life. As I said, one of these variables is subcontractor availability. Our excavator had a hole in his schedule, and the weather looks nice, so we shifted gears to dig the storm basin that the property requires. If you see here, west of the house, the civil engineer has designed a storm basin to handle all the storm water on the property. In the middle of the basin, we have a 5-foot deep infiltration bed. This will work as a percolation pond to manage our stormwater runoff and prevent any flooding.
Okay, so the 4-corner rectangle here is where our storm basin base will go. So that'll have cloth and pipe and stone, and the pipe will exit into the wood line here, downhill into the creek. And then the orange flags that we spray painted are just 2 feet higher in grade, and then the pink is 2 feet more. So it's a gradual decline into the storm basin base and then out and into the creek.
Yes, it's a discharge pipe out of the basin. So I assume solid. I need a 6 by 12 by 12 HDPET. You know what? I think they might be wrong on that, Jack, because I need a 15-inch riser out of that. That should be a 6 by 12 by 15, wouldn't it? Or a 12 by 12 by 15, wouldn't it?
If you're coming up from the middle, yeah. You mean 6 feet of 15-inch coming up?
My elevation's at 403. No, I don't need that much. I probably only need, of the 15-inch, I'm going to need about 4 foot of it.
Once we set the 95 feet of polyethylene piping, our excavator back dug the trench, and Smitty and I set the filter fabric at the bottom of the basin. Our next move was to load 25 ton of stone and some more filter fabric. All of this effort is to ensure the storm water is filtered before it exits down the piping. The last requirement was to load 2 inches of topsoil. We were actually allowed to use this area as a potential vegetable garden. You never know. We could turn this eyesore into a positive. With our excavator already on site to dig the storm basin, we called our propane company and asked them to send our permanent propane tank. We might as well dig the hole for the tank while our excavator's here. This is exactly what I meant. At this point in the build, our priorities are fluid. We actually got an incredible deal on this tank. Someone in our county had a 5-year-old 1,000-gallon propane tank removed from their property, and our propane company offered it to us used at half price. With the propane tank unloaded, our excavator came right over to dig the hole. Once the hole was ready, Smitty hopped on the lift to set the tank. At the time of placing this tank, I was off-site. I had to pick up Amy at the airport. While I was gone, Smitty recorded himself setting the tank.
Alright, we got video here without the videographer. This is Papu video now. Driving, 10,000 pound tank, 40,000 pound machine. Got Handsome Joe on the other end and Papu doing all at one time. This guy's the man. Look at this guy, can video and set tanks in his sleep.
I don't know if you heard Smitty's energy, but I think he was looking for a round of applause for that performance. So let's give it to him. Our first step after placing the tank was adding a layer of screenings around the tank and throughout the trench leading to our gas manifold in the house. There are 2 purposes for sand screenings. First, it allows for better water drainage. If enough water pools around the tank and has nowhere to go, there's actually a possibility the tank can float up to the surface. Second, the screenings around the tank protect it from rocks and debris while being backfilled. Once this was complete, we installed the propane gas hose to the manifold, and I placed the metal coil on top of the hose. In the future, if we need to dig anything in this location, this coil will set off the metal detector before they hit the propane hose and cause a massive problem. With the propane tank set and the hose installed, Smitty backfilled the trench, and the propane guys came back and filled up this 1,000-gallon unit. With this task complete, we're able to get heat in the house and start drywall. Before we can officially start drywall, we have 2 more tasks on the inside of the house. First, we have to place the cast iron tub in the Jack and Jill bathroom. Placing this tub after they drywall creates a ton of more work. Smitty boomed the tub up to the bedroom window, we cut out a couple studs and slid the tub into place. This is a huge labor saver to do this now and not after drywall. The next step was to take a couple hours and clear out the house, as well as mark with spray paint the outlets, lights, and areas of note for the drywallers. With the setup complete, we called the cavalry. The drywall company we hired showed up with 400 12-foot sheets of drywall. The truck weighed close to 75,000 pounds. Unloading that amount of sheets alone might have killed Smitty and I. They had a phenomenal process. They used the crane to lift multiple sheets and load them through the guest suite window and the bonus room window. 2 men unloaded this truck in under 4 hours. Pretty impressive. Once the drywall was unloaded, they got to work. These guys were a well-oiled machine. They used stilts for the ceilings, worked in small teams, and basically told me to get out of the way. I truly couldn't get enough of watching these guys work. Not only was it changing the feel of the house completely, but it was borderline entertainment. I should have brought popcorn. Once they were done hanging the drywall, they used tape and drywall mud for all the seams, then sanded down the mud. When I scheduled the Drywallers, I thought it would be a good idea to keep it a secret from Amy. They said they would only need 3 days, and Amy planned on working a day at the end of the week. She has been so excited for drywall, and I thought surprising her would be fun. Here's her reaction.
Oh my god, this is so cool! Oh my god!
Isn't that sick?
Holy shit!
Next time on Let's Build a House.
Tapping with my fingers.